Yeah. You know what it is. It's Foxxhole Radio, baby. It's Wednesday. We back. We ain't got it. We back. DJ Always. We back? We back. It's Foxxhole Radio. We got a great show for you today. Today is NFL Draft Mock Day. You can call in. We want you to call in and tell us what team is your team and tell us who you're going to pick. We're going to write it down, see how it works out for tomorrow.
And tell you why you shouldn't pick them.
And tell you why you should pick them. He's coming in early, but it's okay. That's my man, Hatch, but we'll get to Hatch in a second. So the number to call into is 855-369-9898. That's 855-369-9898. And then we're going to tell you why that's a stupid pick. Because it might be stupid. We're going to let you know.
It's probably stupid.
We got NFL player that used to be in the league here.
And I'm going to tell you why it's probably
He's going to tell you why. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. Once again, it's the Foxxhole Radio Show right here. NFL Mock Draft. We are the mock. Be right back. Yeah. Foxxhole Radio. We are back. We got a great show for you. It's the NFL Mock Draft here on the Foxxhole on a Wednesday. The number to call into is 855-369-9898. You're going to call in. You're going to tell us who your team is and who your team should draft. We're going to write it down, and we're going to compare it and see what happens next week. In the house with me right now, former NFL player, originally drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 7th round in 1997. My man Matthew Hatch is in the house. Wide receiver.
Yes, sir. What it do? What it do?
Yeah, man, you're going to help these people out, man, with this draft thing. And I was asking you off air, you were drafted 7th round, the 235th player overall.
Yep. 25th receiver.
And they were told, now were you told by Minnesota they would draft you or somebody else?
Actually, I had my worst workout from Minnesota.
Oh, you did?
It was, I ran like a 4.56, which is my worst time I ever ran, actually.
4.5? How you get the lead?
Right? So the teams that were real high on me at the time were the Falcons, the Ravens, and the Rams. And they were talking about 5th, 6th round. So I thought I was going to go to one of them teams. And then, like, they didn't pick me in the 6th. The Rams didn't pick me in the 6th, and I was like, shoot, I might not get drafted. Because, of course, you see that happen, too, where, 6th, 7th round guys, they don't get drafted at all, and they come in as free agents. So I knew that was a possibility, but at that time, I was like, I don't care. As long as I get into camp, I'm going to ball.
Okay.
And, shoot, I remember, like, yesterday, Denny Green called, said, Matthew Hatchette, would you like to be a Minnesota Viking? I said, yep.
So you sitting in the house. You didn't go to New York.
No, we don't. No, only the big dogs.
Not when you run a 4.6.
Yeah, 4.5. Well, my fastest time was a 4.39. Though for 3 teams, I ran a 4.3. But I just had a bad workout for the Vikings, and by the grace of God, they're the ones that drafted me.
And you played how long?
8 years. Played 8 years. My first 4 with Minnesota.
Okay.
Then I went to the Jets. Then or the short stint with the Raiders, and I finished up in Jacksonville Jaguars in 05. So 97 to 05.
So you know something about this? We got phone calls that's blowing up.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again,
yes, sir.
Today is our NFL mock draft. You're going to call in, tell us who your team is, who your team should draft. We'll tell you if you're stupid or if you're on the right track. Because my man's been in the league. You know a little something
I know
about
my
this.
football.
You know your football. All right.
This is what I do.
Okay, on the phone right now out of Louisiana, we got Q. Q, you there, Q?
What's up with it?
Okay, who's your team, Q?
Man, I roll with the Giants. You hear me? New York Giants.
New York Giants.
When did they
that's
draft?
a tough one.
When did the Giants draft? What pick do you guys have?
What pick we got? Number 12.
Number 12.
That's a nice pick.
Yeah, that's tough, though. Y'all need a lot of help over there.
I'm going to tell you exactly what you need there, Q, just so you don't mess it up. You guys need a defensive end, you need a wide receiver, and you need a cornerback. Okay, so who are you going to take?
I say we're going to go with either Mike Evans or Eric Ebron.
Mike Evans. You can't take 2. You got to take 1.
I don't know if Mike might not be there at number 12.
I mean, because, I choose 2 because basically, to be honest with you, that's the only thing we missing. We missing something like a Plexico Burris or, a Jeremy Shockey. Because we done revamped our offensive line. And we, especially the backfield is back on point. If David Wilson can shake back, we'll be 100,
I would go with a wide receiver for sure. I would definitely.
Yeah.
Because those are hard to find, especially in
good
12
ones,
pick.
yeah. 12, yeah. The only problem is Mike, because Sammy definitely won't be there at 12, and Mike Evans might not be there at 12. So then you have to maybe reach, and then if you're reaching, you might go with your boy from LSU, the receiver. I like him a lot. Beckham from LSU.
He nice?
Yeah, he's going to be a player. And then the other guy, the other receiver, Marquise Lee from USC, I think he'd be a reach at 12. Possibly may have to trade up. Might have to trade up and get to like 7 or 8 to get Mike Evans, or if Sammy is still there at 7 or 8, trade up to 7 or 8 and get Sammy Watkins. But Sammy and Mike are definitely going to be 2 Pro Bowlers in this.
With Evans, that's why I said then we should rather go with Eric, because the Giants we trying to find somebody stable at tight end, and Adrian Robinson, even though he's a wild card, we still trying to see what he gonna do. But
well, y'all don't need a tight end. Y'all cool on tight end.
Yeah, just in case
Eli. Y'all want Eli to have some weapons, huh?
Oh yeah. We need some protection back there.
All right.
All right, thank you for the phone. So we got you down, bro. We got you down for receiver for the Giants.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate the phone call, man. Thank you for the phone call. All right, once again. Let's see if I'm learning how to do this, so just stay focused. Out of California, and it's kind of obvious, my man Joey is an Oakland Raider fan.
Uh-oh.
The Raiders
is on the clock.
You there, Joey?
It's Joel.
Joel, I'm sorry, Joel. They put an EE on the back of your. What's up? Now, who you gonna take, man? Y'all got a great pick here at number 5.
And don't mess it up, because the Raiders mess it up every year now. Come on now.
You need a quarterback, an offensive line, and a wide receiver. Who you taking, bruh?
You know what? I'm passing on all those. I'm hoping Khalil Mack drops to it.
Ooh.
If we get Khalil Mack, I'll be
Khalil Mack
so
is not
happy.
jumping. Okay, I'm put you on the clock right now. Khalil Mack just goes at number 4. Boom, your pick is up. 15 minutes. Who you got?
See, that's hard, because I like Watkins, but I actually like Evans better. And so I would.
Really? Why do you like Mike Evans better?
He's just bigger, and because Matt Schaub's used to throwing to a big receiver like Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good to have Evans there instead. I would like to trade back to 10, 11, 12.
What if all the quarterbacks are on the board at number 5?
I don't think we need a quarterback. Second round.
Really?
Come on,
so, but Schaub's not going to be there for the next 5 years. You eventually got to go for a quarterback, and it's not this year's draft, next year's draft.
Yeah, but we need somebody that will start for us, and that, our first pick, we need someone to be playing and starting.
So give me the pick. Now give me who you're going to take.
If Khalil Mack's gone, I'm going Watkins.
Okay.
That's a nice pick.
That's a good pick. Yeah, I mean, both of those, probably one of the two will be there. So that's good.
All right, we going to write that down for
Joel.
you. Joel
knows football. His
Oakland.
foosball.
Yeah. You know what I love about Oakland Raider fans? Thank you for the phone call. No matter, they could start the season off 1-5. If they win that next game, they're like Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, we're going Super Bowl. Oh, we ready. We ready.
Like,
we just have to get back on track.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all 2-5. It's over, bro.
Oh, but we won we 100% off of our last game.
Yeah.
You 1-0. You undefeated in your last game.
All right. You listen to the Fox, so it's our mock draft. I got my man Hatch. 7 years in the NFL as a wide receiver. He ran a 4.55 or 4.56. He had a bad day, but he still came up. Okay, we got out of Cali, believe it or not. We got a Philadelphia fan. My man Brian on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me, Brian. Who are you picking for Philly?
Man, at 622.
Roll your window up.
Unfortunately, Watkins and Evans won't be there, so we need to get Benjamin from Florida State.
Benjamins. Okay. So
you guys need a safety.
We do need a safety.
You need a linebacker, outside linebacker, and you need a D lineman.
If we don't go Benjamin to replace Jackson, we got to go for the corner out of Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech corner?
I think y'all need a wide receiver.
We can move into safety, need a ball hawk.
Oh, yeah.
That Deshaun Jackson move.
We're going to talk about that.
Is that killing you right now?
We don't talk about that, man.
Don't even bring that up right now.
Don't even bring it up. He tripping.
Hey, I don't know what they're thinking about. The only thing I can think of but Chip Kelly had a chance to get him out in college, and maybe he didn't like it, who he was hanging around then, and maybe that's what he held against him now. But it was still a dumb move to let him go to your rival.
It's a let him go, period. But I think, Brian, it was more to it. I think the fact that they brought up the whole thing about him being in the gang, I thought that was wrong. If anything, I'd have felt more better if they just would have came out and said, look, the coach could have said, I'm not feeling dude, we're going to let him go. Right. That's our decision. Right. And you just let him go.
But I think that information came out by accident. I think the organization, they didn't want that out. Don't forget, Deshaun Jackson said, this is the reason. Yeah. So that organization, they was like, sorry, but, too late. Milk out the cart.
Exactly.
So where do you see your team finishing this year?
To be real, we're looking at our schedule. The only games I see us really having a tough time with is Washington at home. We got to travel to San Francisco, which I'll be at that game. We got Seattle at our place, so we might get able to sneak that off. But we also got Indy in Houston, and Houston might turn it around if they get Manziel.
No, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll talk about that in a second. All right, thank you for the phone call, Brian, out of Cali. It's the
Cali Eagles.
It's Wednesday. It's mock day draft, NFL draft. And they're thinking about moving the draft day back even further.
They can't do it.
Another 2 more weeks.
Don't do it. They're killing the players because what's going on, the players is like, we're ready to start getting the system in. And we can't put in the system until we have all of our players here.
Wow.
And, of course, then that July training camp comes around so fast, and these rookies who come in, they'll be with the team for maybe 6 weeks, and that's not enough time to learn that system.
Speaking of rookies, what was the worst thing they made you do when you were a rookie?
Oh, man. I did a bunch of dumb stuff. The worst thing that happened to me is when they taped me to the goalpost and threw footballs at me. But
are you serious?
But all the D linemen did it. So the D linemen like Johnny Randall and all them, they 6'2", 6'4", 290, 310. I can't fight them boys.
So did you even know it was gonna happen when you were getting ready?
No, I was chill. It was one of them like the 8th day of training camp. You know what I'm saying? You just doing your thing. After practice, I'm just getting undressed. Came and scooped me up. You try to fight for that. When you're a kid and you try to fight your dad for 3 seconds, you're like, I can't do it. And like they just
duct tape.
They duct tape me up. The athletic tape, even worse. So I'm sitting there. They throwing the balls at me for a good 10 minutes. Like it was fun. Then when they got bored with it, they just left me there. You know what I'm saying? The trainer came like 15 minutes later. Like, y'all just gonna leave me up in here? You know what I'm saying? Like you can at least bring it.
Was you sore?
Oh, he hit me in the face like at least 4 or 5 times. At least 4 or 5 times. But I did get the young rookies back years later, trust me.
Hilarious. You're speaking to a man, Matthew Hatch.
Yeah, man.
Who played for the Minnesota Vikings. 7 years, was drafted. You thought you had a bad camp?
I had a bad day. I had a bad workout for the Vikings.
So what did they see? Did they actually tell you, like we saw that?
Yes, I still had my size speed combination at that time. 4.5 was average at that time. A 4.3 was above average, but they still had my my body type.
6'3", 200?
Yeah, 6'3", 200 at that time was a big receiver. Because don't forget, 98, when Moss came to the Vikings, he was 6'4", 210. We already had Chris Carter, 6'3", 220. Okay. We had Jake Reed at 6'3", 225. So we set every offensive record known to man that year. And what have you seen since 1998?
Wait a minute, what number were you?
89.
You were number 89.
Yeah, I balled a little bit. I just didn't get the right.
I'm trying to remember.
Here it comes.
No, I don't remember that. Maybe it was another number. Give me another. All right, on the phone. And I feel bad for my man. He lives in Dallas, but he's a Chicago fan? Bears?
How'd that happen?
Who is this on the phone?
I know that sounds like an oxymoron right there, man, but we'll call to talk about my Bears.
Yeah. Call and talk about them Chi-Towns.
Now, what pick do you guys have, man?
Man, you know what? I don't even know, to be honest with you, but I know that we need a safety. And I was thinking that we should take the Louisville Slugger, Calvin Pryor, out of Louisville.
Oh, he a player. Love him.
Yeah. Our defense have been atrocious for the past 2 years. The defensive backs have been absolutely atrocious. Well,
that's what they say you need. They said you need a safety, corners, and DT.
I think they should get Joe Baptiste.
No, man, I honestly believe that this guy is going to be around at the bottom of the first round because the knock on him right now is that he can't cover in space. But the way the Bears are playing, they can put him down in strong safety, let him walk down, take a lot of tight ends in this division, and he'll do a lot of one-on-one. And so it's going to be all right. I think that's the route that we should go. Or we should probably we should look, in my opinion, at probably getting a rush in, even though we have the cat that came over from Minnesota.
Yeah.
We should look at getting somebody to ultimately be his replacement with Julius Peppers going over to the Packers and this guy coming in at 32 years of age. We need to rush the quarterback as well as getting the Louisville Slug in the defensive backfield. What you think, Hatch?
Oh, shoot. I agree 100%. What might happen, though, they might go with the safety from Northern Illinois because I think they have a little bit more information on him, actually, to be real.
Well, and you know what? And I wouldn't be mad at that if the Bears actually traded back. I wouldn't be mad if they traded back to see if we can get another second-round pick because we can get the guy, the safety from Northern Illinois in the second round, and he's more of a man-to-man. He's more of a man-to-man coverer than Calvin Pryor is.
Yeah.
Now, do you really believe you guys' problems last year was the coach, Lovey?
Well, Lovey was
gone the year before. 2 years ago, they got rid of him. But came
from Canada. No, I don't actually think that it was. I think that what happens is that they brought in a new scheme. They took us from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and all of our personnel are 4-3 personnel, and we were unable to rush the quarterback, and we had a lot of people hurt. If you look at the defensive backs that we had hurt, if you look at the linebacker that we got from Denver, he came over, he was injured, and we had like 5 or 6. We had maybe 6 to 7 injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Outside of the fact that we were long in the tooth as well. So getting some of those people back and adding some fresh faces in that defensive backfield, I think we're going to be able to go 10-6 and get the wild card this year.
10-6, that's not bad. 10-6 will get you there.
I love the Bears. Like I said, Trestman, that's my guy. You know, I would love to see the Bears do well. It's just going to be
so Trestman was around when you did your little stint in Oakland, right, Hat?
Yep. Oh, Trestman.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah. Well, man,
I feel bad for you that you live in Dallas and you're a Chicago fan. Take care.
Garfeezy, holla at you.
All right, let's get this call. We got to get this call in. My man, he lives in South Carolina. He's a Panther fan. What's up?
They going
what's your name, man? Hold on. There it is. All right, there you go. What's up, Pippin?
What's happening, bro?
Carolina fan.
Yes, sir.
Who y'all going to take? Y'all need a receiver. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Got to take a receiver.
We need a receiver. We got to take a receiver. I'm praying, man, that Odell Beckham Jr. somehow, some way slip all the way down to that 29th pick, which I seriously doubt. But then the kid from Oregon State, Cook,
Cook is he might be the next Steve Smith. I love Cook, but you know who I like more than Cook? That boy from Indiana. That receiver from Indiana, a lot of people slipping on right now, but if Cooks is not there, I think they'll get the boy from Indiana. I think Marquise Lee's going to be the one that's going to be out. He'll be, I think, end up going late second round, but the Indiana boy, the Cooks boy, those two, they'll be right between 20 and 30 on those picks. But, yeah, I think you're 100% right on that pick.
Yeah, man, the Cooks boy, man, I think he ran like, 4-3 or something like that?
Yeah, that boy can roll. He can roll.
Now, do you go to the games, man?
No, man, I haven't been to a game yet, man, but my cousin, man, he's a Bears fan, and the Bears supposed to be coming to Carolina in September, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get up to that game, man.
Here's the hard part, I feel for your Panthers because y'all had a great season, and I always remember that when teams have a good year and you don't make it to the Super Bowl, you fall off. You fall. Yeah. One of your key players get hurt, and then you go like 1-9,
right.
Second half, and you guys won some games. You wasn't supposed to beat that game against the 49ers. And so you guys were winning games you shouldn't have, and that's why I felt for sure y'all would get there. But how far you think you'll get this year?
Man, we got that curse in the NFC South, man. Usually the team that wins the conference, where the division championship usually is finishes last the next year around. But hopefully, we still got the solid defense. Our defense was our mainstay last year.
Now.
Yep. And seeing how, GM, man, he kind of tore apart our offense, man. Cam ain't got nobody to throw the ball to right now.
Yeah, that's a very big pick for y'all. Like I said, if y'all find somebody to come in and start, because like I said, the other big dudes they brought in on free agency, Jericho Cotchery, not taking nothing away from them, and the other dudes.
And Jason Avant.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I said, those are 2 number 2s. You can piece it together, but I don't think that helps Cam out.
Nah, and we did sign Ed Dixon from Baltimore, tight end. So, that's added,
receptions right there because he's a receiving tight end. He can block also.
Mm-hmm. Have to get them running backs, man. I mean, y'all got 2 running backs making over 100 mil. Get them boys the ball.
Somebody gonna be in the game. They gonna get rid of one of them dudes.
Nah, man, they can't, man. But the key to that is, man, both of them fellas gonna be healthy coming into the season this year. Because Jonathan Stewart, he was hurt the whole season.
He banged up, yeah.
Yeah, he never really saw the field. D'Angelo Williams did what he could, man, but he wasn't all that healthy himself.
We'll see what happens.
Get them to the ball.
All right, big dog. Appreciate the phone call. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Foxxhole. It's the mock draft for 14. I got my man, Mr. Hatch. They know who you are.
I mean, I got 2 fans out there. You know what I'm saying?
They know who you are, man. I just thought I'd just bring somebody.
I did score. I did score.
What was your number again?
Shut up.
Take a quick break. It's the Foxxhole, baby. Be right back. Yo, we back. It's Foxxhole on a Wednesday. You're listening to the NFL mock draft. My main man, Mr. Matthew Hatchette.
Yes, sir.
Number 87.
89, man. 89.
I keep saying 87. I don't know
89.
Why.
That 8 to the 9.
And I met, what'd you say? You named the receivers that were there?
Moss. Randy Moss.
I met Randy.
Chris Carter.
I met Chris Carter. Shut up. I met Chris Carter in Miami last year at one of the Heat's games. Coolest dude in the world.
Word.
And his son was with him.
Right, Duran.
And he was like, and so Fox was like, "Who's your son?" He said, "Man, he can't be. He's not focused."
Right? Yeah.
He wasn't focused, and he's real.
All the athletic ability, though.
That's what he said too. Yeah. Exact same words. He said he got it, but he's
mental. I mean, people have to understand, especially young players going into the league now. It's like they got to understand everybody there is talented. If you ain't focused, you just want to hang out. It's not the place for you. You got to get, go ahead and ball out first. Prove to yourself, your teammates that you belong in the league. Then you'll get your money. Then you can go have a little bit more fun. But them first couple years, you really got to grind. Focused. Yeah, you got to grind it out.
Number to call into. We want you to call in. Tell us who your team is and who your team should take. 855-369-9898. Now, Hatch.
Yes, sir.
You're the Houston Texans. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Khalil Mack.
What?
I'm taking Khalil Mack, hands down.
No, you got to take Clowney.
I'm in a 3-4. Right, I got J.J. Watt on one side. He doesn't fit the system that I have. Clowney doesn't fit the system. An outside linebacker
is what they need.
Is what they need. He fits our system more. Now, if I don't want to, if I can get Khalil Mack at 3 or 4, I trade number 1 and go ahead and let somebody else come in and get Clowney. Then I still get Mack at 4 with probably an additional maybe 2nd-round pick or a late 1st-round pick. That's what I would do.
Okay, you're the St. Louis Rams. Which this pick came from the Redskins. You need a wide receiver, you need an outside line, or you need an offensive line.
Sammy Watkins.
And a safety.
Sammy Watkins.
Taking Sammy Watkins.
I'm taking Sammy Watkins. They missed on Austin last year from West Virginia. He'll be all right, but he's more of a number 2. You got to find Bradford some weapons. He's been there for 4 years. He's been getting beat up, talking about trading him. They're not going to trade him. He's a franchise quarterback. Got $56 million guaranteed 4 years ago. He's not going nowhere.
So
go ahead and bring in Sammy Watkins. Let him start moving the ball around, throwing the ball around. He'll have some weapons. Tavon Austin will be a good number 2, but Sammy will be the number 1.
Okay. We're going to go down to number 5 on this. Okay, so you're in Jacksonville. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I know he don't want to hear it, but Jacksonville's going to take Johnny Manziel.
I think they should, just to get people in the seats.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be good for Johnny Manziel's career.
He's going to get lit.
Because he's going to get lit up, and then in 3-4 years, he's going to be on his way out, that's the whole Tim Tebow scenario. But they're like, they missed the whole Tim Tebow thing. And I said the same thing when Tebow, he's going to be out the league.
Went there.
Yeah.
I thought
you could have lasted a couple more years in the league. If you don't do it the way that it's supposed to be done, then they're going to get rid of you.
So Clowney's still on the board. You still haven't moved? Okay. So now Cleveland Browns are going to take?
They take Clowney. They take Clowney. Because he's there. Jacksonville will take Johnny. Browns take Clowney. And Browns' defense is straight. They just need a couple pass rushers. The linebackers and defensive backfield, they got some players.
Well, it says they need offensive guard and a running back. Well, they can get a running back.
They can get running back at the 7-Eleven down the street.
Hilarious. Oakland Raiders, who were 4-12 last year.
To be safe, you got to take Jake Matthews, offensive tackle. Now, that's the smart choice. The Raiders will probably take Fred Biletnikoff all over again. I don't even know. Because they reach too much. But the smart choice is Jake Matthews, offensive tackle from Texas A&M. That's the smart choice.
So that's 5. We're going to do another 5 later.
Yes, sir.
On the phone right now, he's an Atlanta Falcons fan. And Joseph, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Appreciate you calling in, man. Who are your Falcons going to take, man?
Well, first of all, I'm a Falcons fan. I think they're going to trade with the Rams in the second pick and take whoever doesn't go between Clowney and Khalil Mack. I think that's the safest bet for them. I think they would give up too much to go with the Texans and Clowney, but I think the Clowney will probably go the second pick to Atlanta because Khalil Mack definitely fits better with the Texans scheme. But like I was telling your screener, too, there's a kid out there right now named Trey Wolf. Now, nobody's ever heard of him because he comes from Fort Valley State College. This is the best cornerback, and let me give you a little bit of credentials here.
Let's look him up. We're going to look him up. Hold on.
We got Google here now. We got Google.
Okay, listen. You just ain't going to say something and make it true.
I know players from Fort Valley State. I'm not mad at you now.
Okay. Well, this guy right here, Trey Wolf, if you go look at his highlights, look at anything, he's amazing. The guy led the nation, Division 1, 2, and 3 in interceptions and passes defended at the cornerback position. He's 6 feet tall. They call him the tallest Brent Grimes. This kid went the wrong road. Academically, he got kicked out of Arkansas. This is a stud player. The reason why he's not on the board, he had 26 people come to look at his pro day. Okay, 26 teams confirmed him. And the other gentleman down at Georgia State, the guy that Albert Wilson, I believe it was his name.
Okay, so Hatch got it. Hold on there, Joseph. Hatch got it. What you think, Hatch? What you looking at?
I remember the story because he was at Arkansas coming out of high school, right?
That's correct.
And why was the reason that he got kicked out of Arkansas? That's the biggest thing out of all this whole scenario.
He stole something.
He stole something. And has he got that cleaned up?
Oh yes, definitely. I've been like a mentor to him for the past 3.5 years. He's got 2 sons. The kid's got his head on straight.
Okay, well there it is. Like I said, if the general managers believe that was a kid incident, an 18, 19-year-old kid making a accident, and that's like fine and dandy, and like we can move on from that, then yeah, I think he might sneak into the second and third round. But knowing that he doesn't have to go in the first round because teams are like, we don't have to. We can keep him. We don't have to pick him that high. We don't have to waste their number 1 pick on him. They'll take him second and third because they know they can get him in the second and third. But I know exactly what we're talking about. I'm not mad at that pick at all. Like you can't take him.
That's my point.
But you can't take him in the first round because if you do and you mess up, then you get fired. But go ahead.
That's true, but I'm telling you right now, this kid will be, when it all said and done, he will be one superstar athlete at the next level. He goes up, guys, and catches the ball at the highest level with one hand. He mauls people at 6 feet tall. I've never seen an athlete, and I own an arena football team, and I coach at a university here in Georgia, and that's the best athlete at cornerback I've ever seen.
Hey, what's his name again so we can remember here at the fight? You heard it first on the Foxxhole. Who is it?
Yeah. Trey Wolf. His name is Thomas Wolf III. Wolf with an E, but it's Trey Wolf. I'm telling you, this guy's a beast. This is a guy to reckon with. He may be the diamond that nobody's ever talked about.
There it is there. We just heard it first.
I like it, buddy.
Joseph, we appreciate the breaking news.
Thank you very much, guys.
Breaking news right there.
Yes, sir. Trey Wolf. Get your mind right.
Now Trey,
put you on the map now,
listening
baby.
To this. People know about you. Don't let us down. We don't want to hear nothing about no dogs. And you beat your girlfriend up in the elevator.
Don't
she
be
slipped.
Stealing nothing. Say, my hand was sticky and the gum just stuck to it when I left. Nope, none of that. We can't hear none of that.
What's up with your boy at Florida State, man?
Who? Winston?
What did he steal?
Some crab legs.
Allegedly.
Some crab legs. But you ever had crab legs? I might have stolen them too. I love me some crab legs.
So you talking about like in a barrel, not cooked?
Not cooked. I guess a big. You know what I think it was? I think because he's feeling himself right now in Tallahassee. He's saying I can go do anything,
and that's pretty much anything,
right? And they sitting around. I bet you won't go steal them crab legs. I bet you I will. All right, watch. It's one of them, I don't see him saying...
And is crab legs...
Right. I don't see him saying,
you know what?
Felony? It can't be. It's like, well, it was a lot of money, though. Yeah. There was like $80 worth of crab legs. So it goes by amount.
Be over like 500.
I don't know.
Oh, he is black.
And it's Florida.
Yeah, it is black.
And he's... Yeah. So,
Man, stay focused. I say...
He'll still go number 1 next
This is what I say. When it comes to my black brothers playing sports... You've seen what's happened to players when they mess up.
Yes.
So I don't feel sorry for no brother when they get caught. I just turn my back. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that on the news, I turned it. Because I was like, you know what? Y'all know better.
You know better.
It's going to come down on you harder than anybody else, and nobody's going to feel sorry when your contract get 86, and you're like, nah, see what happened? No,
I ain't know what happened.
Since OJ, it's over.
OJ messed it up for all of us?
All OJ had to do, go sit down. Just sit down. Okay, they got your trophies and stuff over there, but go on about your business. I got my man Hatch, former NFL player, doing his thing. What are you doing these days now, man?
Oh, man, loving life, bro. Like I said, I'm deep in the high school football scene out here in California. We have a 7-on-7 team that, like B2G, we get coached.
Do you train players?
Yeah, we train. Like some of the top players across the nation. Got Brady White, number 1 quarterback in the nation, just committed to Arizona State last week.
A friend of mine's comedian, God, it's a damn Angela Means. Her son was quarterback at one of the schools in Calabasas. He's going to Miami next year.
Oh, Brad Kaya. Yeah, I know Brad.
Yes.
I trained Brad. I had him at the Elite 11 last year.
Is he nice?
He's nice. Good kid. Real
6'4".
good kid. Big kid. Yeah, got 220, 225. Miami loved him. I've been working him out.
But he's playing behind that other kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he won't play for about 2 years, but he won't play for about 2 years, but that's fine. He'll learn the system and he'll be on the field as sophomore,
like Speedy. And she's a very funny comedian. Now she's focused on being a mom for her son, so she's moving down there to Miami with him. Yeah,
I've heard. But that's good.
Well, UCLA wanted him too.
He had about 12, 13 offers.
Okay.
We got, like I said,
we see him in the league?
Yeah, mentally he has it. He's got to work on his tools, physically he's got to mature, as far as footwork and hips and all those things. But mentally, he definitely has the edge as a future professional.
All right, so my man's been holding on the line for a minute. Appreciate you holding on there for as well. Way at the bottom, let me get this guy way at the bottom here. I'm getting here right at the bottom right now. I got Gerald Hayes.
G Hayes
on the phone. You there, G?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Talk to me, man. Tell them what you're doing. Tell our listeners who you are and what you do, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Well, say a little background on myself, man. I played in the league for, 9 years, 8 years with the Cardinals, 1 year with San Diego. And now, man, I'm trying to create I'm creating a channel, man, a network for all players. Something for, highlight the player's life outside of football where, it's a lane as far as sports. You have a lot of coverage of sports itself, but, I hear you talking about the crab leg situation, but, giving guys an outlet, man, we could create content, based around the, pro athlete that, can run 24/7 like any other channel out there.
Yeah. I like that. Are you out here in L.A.?
No, I'm in Arizona, man.
In Phoenix?
I'm building out in Arizona.
All right, yeah, I'll be down. I'll get in touch with you. I mess with Fitzy down there a lot, so I'll get in touch when they come to AZ. We'll sit down and chop it up. But a lot of the players, we're always like searching for that. What is that thing, and how can we all kind of do it together? And a lot of players have the ideas, but it's just hard to go ahead and just execute it, basically. So, if we can just come up with something and put it on paper and start going out there and execute it. I mean, we can make it something happen.
So let me
man, that's what that's the plan now, man. I mean, I'm kicking everything. I wanted to mention this too. Key point, man. We're gonna kick off a Kickstarter campaign for it.
Nice.
To raise awareness, to get that out there, man. But when it comes, like you said, when it comes down to the paperwork and everything, I took the liberty out, the doing it for all players, me being one, an ex-player myself, and, looking at the life outside of football and us, still wanting to be in the entertainment world.
Mm-hmm.
And, I took a chance into the technology, man, and, the paperwork is right here, ready to go. It's just now, getting guys, interested, see what guys interested, and see if they want to get on board.
Let me ask you this, Gerald. So if you had the top number 1 picks in front of you, the rookies coming in, what would be the one thing you would tell them to do with their money when they get into the league?
Save it, man. Save it.
Yep,
Invest into something that they could learn and they could grow into, don't try to, you got a lot of different guys that come And, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have, you know, family members and all this stuff, man. Save your money for a rainy day, man. You never know what happens. Wait till you get out the league to invest into anything.
Yep. So tell our listeners how to reach you, man.
All right, man. They can reach me, man. My website, man, negnu.com, negnu.com. And then also too, you know, I don't have any personal you know, stuff that they can reach me at, but also too on Instagram, Elephant Nate t-shirt line. If anybody wanna, you know what I'm saying, get some t-shirts, I'm doing that also too. But mainly focusing on, you know what I'm saying, on the player channel for all pro players.
Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in, bruh.
Nah, no doubt, man.
Good looking out, man.
All right, G Hayes, I'll catch up with you, fam.
So he gonna catch up to you. Walking into the building,
coming to the stage,
my man TDP is in the house, man.
TDP, welcome to the Foxxhole, baby.
Number 5.
Are we talking about the draft?
Yes, we are.
I got drafted at 81. It was
you would
an
hope
experience.
so. Yeah, we're talking about, this is our mock draft.
Where'd you get drafted from? Boston Market?
Oh, it was
Hilarious.
Negro State.
Hilarious. We got my man Matthew Hatch in the house.
Boston College took him first round.
Matthew was number 42.
Matthew? Broadway?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. What number were you again?
89.
89.
You dig.
Out of how many?
The 8 to the 9.
80.
All right, so we're doing mock draft. People are calling in. The number to call in, once again, is 855-369-9898. On the phone, out of New Jersey. I feel bad for you, dog. He can't decide which team he's going to go for, so he put them both down. Giants and the Jets. We got my man Douglas on the phone. Talk to me, Douglas.
Jets.
Yes, hi.
Hey, Douglas.
Hi.
Who are you going to pick, man?
Who would I pick for the Jets?
Let's go with the Giants. You got the Giants first. Let's go with the Giants.
Okay, Giants first. Giants basically biggest need now I think is going to be defensive line. So they either go with Arnold, I think it was, or Nix, one of those guys.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
From Pitt.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a beast.
How you know? You don't know.
Oh, hey, man. Hey, he's
all
a
that
beast.
TV talk you doing.
Giants
he's
need,
a beast.
you know, Giants basically, they like their defensive line.
Yeah.
They always like to rotate a lot of guys. So I see them going that way first. If those guys are gone, there's most likely going to be offensive linemen.
And then the Jets?
Jets, basically, they need to go for either Ebron, the tight end, which would be a big target, which is what they lack. If not, I mean, if one of the receivers is available, obviously you go after them. The only one I could see being available when they pick would probably be Beckham.
Now, let me ask you this. If you guys don't get to the playoffs, is the coach gone?
I think that basically they're going to give him another year. I mean,
Tom Coughlin?
No.
I really don't.
Rex Ryan.
I don't really see them. Basically, apparently Woody Johnson loves them because he should have been gone last year.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought for sure this year when they didn't really do anything.
Well,
but you have to give him the fact that he didn't have anything basically offensively.
Right.
And they went 8.
But whose fault is it that they didn't have anything offensively? His or the because he has a
GM. They drafted Sanchez and then they didn't put anybody around him.
Wow,
that was the biggest problem. They drafted him. They got a short receiver from Pittsburgh.
I mean, they have taken 5 defensive players in the last 5 years in the first round. 5 defensive.
Exactly.
Whose fault is that? Can it be a head coach's fault?
That's the GM and the coach basically. But the coach is a defensive coach. He's going to go defense first.
Right. So
they did pick a wide receiver 2 years ago, and what did he do?
That was the worst. That was the worst pick. Stephen Hill was the bad pick.
They picked a wide receiver. What happened? They picked. He's basically he's been either injured or basically ineffective.
Now, Douglas, I know you're in New Jersey. You got to pick one team. Who you gonna roll with? Giants or the Jets?
Well, I grew up with the Giants. Basically, that was my father's team. I'm 55. He just passed away last year, so that's always a sentimental thing.
Okay.
Giants it is. We're going to roll out with the Giants. You see them in the Super Bowl or you see them close?
No. I see the Giants improving. They're definitely going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they can get past the first round.
Well, here's the thing about the Giants I like. When they have the year that's supposed to be the year and they do bad, the next year, they there.
Yep. Right. If they go to the playoffs, they go into the bowl.
Exactly.
If they sneak into the playoffs the following year after come off a bad season, they end up going to the bowl.
That's usually their...
That's Coughlin's MO.
Thank you for the phone call there, Douglas. Appreciate you calling in.
Joyzy.
New
Jersey.
New
Hatch.
Jersey. Yeet.
Tell our callers. Okay, so we stopped at 5. Let's we're gonna at least get to 10.
Oh, the top 5 picks?
Yeah,
He
we
did those
already
already.
did those.
So who are the Falcons taking at 6?
Oh, Falcons.
Falcons at 6. Ooh, that could be a.
So is Tony Gonzalez retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. He's definitely gone. I really like the D tackle Aaron Donald. I think he's going to go high. I think from Pitt at D tackle, he's an animal.
They don't need a D tackle.
I
They
think
need an outside linebacker.
I think if because they got the one dude just came over from the other backer just came over, so I think they're good at the linebacker. I think they need some defensive pressure. Abraham is gone. Abraham's in Arizona, and I think Aaron Donald make a great pick right there.
Okay, Tampa Bay at number 7. They went 4-12. Oh my God.
That'll be Mike Evans will go there. Mike Evans. They definitely need a receiver on the other side of.
And that's going to get him out of 4-12?
The quarterback. McNown. If McNown plays well, they might trade Glennon still, so they still might get somebody else for Glennon, Mike Glennon. But it all goes with their quarterback. Like
Didn't they start off like 4-1 or something?
Yeah, they was
They
balling.
balling.
But Lovie Smith is there now. I think Lovie's a great coach.
Yeah.
I think he's a great coach. Like I said,
I like Lovey.
Lovie.
That's a hell of a name for a black man. Yeah, Lovey, darling. You got to be tough. Minnesota Vikings, your old team. They were 5-10-1.
Ooh.
They need a quarterback, offensive guard, and a safety.
So what is Jared Allen?
Who y'all
Is he
taking?
staying?
No, he's with Chicago. Blake Bortles.
Blake?
Minnesota's going Blake Bortles.
He a nice quarter. He nice. He cool. Okay.
He's cool.
Buffalo Bills.
I need OJ.
OJ got bad knees.
Our draft here.
OJ got bad knees. Ooh, who the Bills want to take? Ah, man. I'm mad that Mosley can't go this high at linebacker, the best linebacker in the him or Barr. I think
You guys, they need a running back, linebacker, and a wide
Buffalo
receiver.
has a great team. They have a
Right.
great team.
They need a couple pieces. No get to the playoffs. I think either Mosley or Barr from UCLA should go there.
Okay.
One of those two.
And our 10th and final pick here for Detroit Lions. Who you got?
Motor City.
Ooh, they're trying to trade up and get Sammy Watkins.
For what?
I'll say this about the Lions. This is not even going to fit, but I bought Megatron shoes. His Nike, they nice. They was on sale for like $40.
You gotta have them.
They was originally $120.
I'm about to say, they was
Okay.
$120.
I couldn't get them at $120.
We go wait.
Okay.
We go wait.
I guess when you
basketball season,
when
they
you
gonna go
7
down.
and 9,
You know,
The
your
price will
shoes
go down.
Right. Basketball season come around. I can get those.
They actually some nice sneakers, man.
Yeah.
They have heels on them?
Hilarious.
What are you talking about?
They got the air.
It's a half-inch
Foxxhole
heel.
Radio. It's
They got
Foxxhole.
he got the leopard print joints.
Right,
The
right.
leopard print.
I'm telling you, Megatron.
No, I got it. I can't lie. I got some. I got
His
some.
sneakers is nice.
I
Okay.
got
Now, do you
some.
still get sneakers free?
I still got a couple connects at Nike. I was a Nike guy when I was
You
playing.
10% off.
I don't know the last time
You
I
have to wear
paid
your
for some
jersey.
Nikes.
You
If you come up here, Hatch, we got the Cheryl Swoops.
Y'all keep those.
These are nice.
Matthew Hatch in the house, man. I appreciate you hanging.
Oh man, loving the Foxxhole, baby.
You really know your football, bro.
Yeah, I know this stuff, man.
You
I
didn't
was,
know it when you was playing.
I was one of the guys that would know everything about every player every week.
Oh, okay.
I would read,
Okay, let me ask
the
you this.
bios and everything.
Who hit you the hardest?
I got caught slipping once by Ray. Ray Lou caught me.
Wow.
Because when you
From
catch
the
a ball
side?
on the outside, you're supposed to just go outside. But I
Gotcha.
tried to get
Few
get
more
silky
yards.
with it, go back inside with a little spin move, and Ray caught me on the spin.
Nah,
One of those, like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good.
this not even going to fit in, but it's going to fit right now. I'm in high school.
Hilarious.
I'm playing corner.
1937.
I'm playing corner. And I mean, this dude come around the corner, the running back, and really you're supposed to peel the lineman.
Show
so
your
my
love
man-
for the Neanderthal Knights.
So the safety can get it
Right,
from the
right,
corner.
right.
I hit him. My head is spinning. I said, if they run this way, it's a touchdown.
Wait.
The next
Right, it's
play,
over.
the next play come this way.
It's over.
It's a touchdown.
I ain't doing nothing but standing out here and looking.
Speedy, what position did you play?
I played corner.
Cornerback?
Corner.
Oh, so you were Crayon Sanders.
It's Foxxhole Radio. So Ray caught you.
Yeah, he caught me slipping once. Like I said, I had a couple. The concussions I got from the league actually is when my head hit the back of the
supposed to talk
turf. Yeah, heck yeah, I'm telling you. I got concussed.
You got concussed?
A couple times.
Did you go back in anyway?
Of course.
Cool.
Of course.
What's your name? Happy. All right, go on in, Happy.
They're like, where you from? I'm like, Fruit Loops. I mean,
so was it the helmets?
It's like my helmet hit the back of the turf. That happened to me like 3 separate times. And twice indoors, once outside.
Wow. In the yard?
In your yard.
He got drafted in the 7th round. I said, why'd you get drafted in the 7th round? Oh, my time was, what was it, 4 what?
I ran a 4.56, which is my worst time, and I ran it for the Vikings. My best time I ran was a 4.39 for the other teams, but they didn't draft me.
Well, that don't, running downhill don't count.
They sure don't. Hey, this what real talk. When last time you ran, though?
Me?
Who you talking to?
Well,
we don't play football.
I don't run straight lines. Mine is
usually
ducking and dodging.
When the police chase you, they don't chase you straight.
Right.
You got to jump or go under something, huh?
If it takes you 40 yards to dash from them, it's a problem.
Tell me one surprise pick you see happening that nobody knows of. Like my man called in about the Wolf guy.
About Wolf.
Who do you see somebody like leapfrogging up?
Ooh, leapfrog. I think the Detroit Lions is going to really go up and get Sammy Watkins. I see it happening.
Okay.
I really do.
So did you watch the combines? Who impressed you in that?
I think Sammy Watkins is going to be a 5-time All-Pro.
Okay.
I think Mike Evans is going to be a 3-4-time Pro Bowl.
You wasn't impressed by the linebacker that like dudes?
No. We allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. This is Foxxhole, bro.
No. You know what?
He had a bad pro day.
I'll give it. He did have a very bad pro day.
They said don't sleep on what his credits are because.
Did you see the pro day?
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, look feminine to you. Is that what I'm saying?
Did he run like?
Yeah. I know
it's radio.
It's radio, right? Yeah. But the thing is, everybody's starting to look at his mannerisms, though.
Mannerisms,
or his not so mannerisms.
I'm gonna say ESPN is wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time they showed his highlights, he was tackling somebody from behind. I'm just saying.
And he wouldn't get up though.
Oh no!
The ref had to come pull.
Oh, the play's over.
But I hope that he get drafted.
He'll definitely get drafted. He was whoever told him to come out with this information. At the time he did, saved his career. Because if nobody knew this, then the NFL would have not drafted him and just kind of pushed it to the back.
We wouldn't have never known.
But now, since you make it so
public.
Big, it's public, the media knows about it. Now the NFL has now
he's got to get in.
So
somebody's making phone calls going,
he's got to get
what do y'all
in.
pick?
Yes.
I'll give you $20.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I'll give you extra.
Tell people how to catch up to you. Tell them what you're doing and if you have anything.
We got next. We got a film coming out. We're starting to shoot a film in New York.
For what?
A movie film.
Oh, okay.
A real film. Brad Furman will be directed. He just came off a Runner with Ben Affleck, and Justin Timberlake was his last film. And he also shot Lincoln Lawyer, so I'm excited about that. We'll shoot that this fall in New York. They say you can reach me at Hatch89 on my Twitter. That's pretty much all I mess with. I don't mess with the Instagram, Facebook, and all that.
All right, cool.
But and as I said, just loving doing some football stuff and all that good stuff.
All right, so we're gonna switch reels.
Yeah.
We're gonna go from football to the NBA.
Already?
We're gonna take a quick break. Yeah. Also, too, I got my man here from Palm Springs, Pip, for fun. We're gonna be talking about that as well. But coming up next,
what's next, Speedy?
My man, he should be a Hall of Famer. I'm bidding for him to be a Hall of Famer. Marques Johnson.
Come on, man. Crenshaw, great godfather, Crenshaw basketball.
You might go to the Hall still?
We're talking about the NBA. We're going to talk about Mark Jackson getting fired. We got all kind of stuff to talk about. So we're going to switch reels. So if you're listening to us out there, Foxxhole people, stay on the line. If you're an NBA fan, you need to call in. It's going to be hot. It's going to be off the chain. The number to call into is 855-369-9898. We'll take a quick break. Come right back. Thank you, Hatch, for hanging out with us. You know your sports, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Foxxhole. You can dig it.
You just can't run no 40s. Anyway.
Perks, from the minute you got here, I hated you before you got here. But the moment you got here, man, you just changed my whole perception of you. Just one of the best teammates I ever had, man. I thank you so much. The late night calls after tough games, you texting me, telling me I'm an MVP. Karan, even though you just got here a few months ago, we've grown so close. over these last few weeks, and I can remember when you first got here, you wrote a piece of paper in my locker. I don't know why I'm crying so much, man. You wrote a piece of paper in my locker and said, KD, MVP. And that's after we had lost 2 or 3 straight. And I don't really say much, in those moments, but I remember that. I go home and I think about that stuff, man. When you got people behind you, you can do whatever. And I thank you, man. I appreciate you. And last, my mom. I don't think you know what you did. You had my brother when you were 18 years old. 3 years later, I came out. We were stacked. The odds were stacked against us. Single parent with 2 boys. By the time you were 21 years old, everybody told us we weren't supposed to be here. We moved from apartment to apartment by ourselves. One of the best memories I had is when we moved into our first apartment. No bed, no furniture, and we just all sat in the living room and just hugged each other. Because that's what we thought we made it. And when something good happens to you, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to look back to what brought me here. You wake me up in the middle of the night in the summer times, making me run up a hill, making me do push-ups, screaming at me from the sideline of my games at 8 or 9 years old. We wasn't supposed to be here. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate. You went to sleep hungry. You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
Greatest speech right there. That's the greatest speech to be done.
Did you cry when you heard that?
Yeah, I was in tears.
Just a kid.
Kevin Durant destroyed it.
Yeah, he's the man.
They gonna lose tonight, but Kevin Durant.
Oh, they got the Clippers.
Destroyed it, and that's why I wanted to lead in with our NBA. And
Speedy, you know what you're doing a little bit, huh?
Shut up. In the house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a friend of mine gave me your number, and I'm like, I can't call Marcus. I can't call him.
Did you call him at 2 a.m?
I started to. I texted. I'm glad he got text because I showed him like, hey, hi, what you doing?
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
In the house,
Man.
UCLA. The real small forward.
Wait a minute. Crenshaw High School first.
Anyway.
So put that in there first.
Yeah, Crenshaw wasn't no joke back then.
Yeah.
Marques Johnson. Yes.
NBA legend Marques Johnson. Give him his full credit, man.
Yeah.
You're a hater.
You need to be Hall of Famer. I mean, I'm going to step that up for you, pimp.
Right.
But I appreciate you coming out, man, and I'm just in awe right now because I want it to be you. Like, okay, let me tell my story. Here in L.A., if you're not from L.A., man, you'll know that
Los Angeles,
Joe
California.
Weekly. Did I say it right?
Joe Weekly.
During the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to know if you was nice, now I was nice point guard in high school.
For real?
I thought I was.
Okay.
I made all park.
Okay. Scotty tripping.
I was nice.
Okay.
So I finally get on a team at Crenshaw.
Oh, you made the All-Star team then?
Whatever the teams that, they
for the summer league program.
Like Hall's Furniture.
Yeah, hilarious.
Right.
Welch's Grape Juice.
Right.
Yeah, I was on one of them teams.
Okay.
So they put me in the game, and Marques Johnson, we playing against Marques, he had a team.
Right.
I know he don't remember this, but, I remember. I
Okay.
can't not remember. And my shot is in the corner. That's my jumper.
Oh, so you like a Lloyd Vault.
If I hit that in the corner, it's over.
Okay.
I'm there all night.
Okay.
I'm liquid. I do a turnaround, not knowing that.
In the corner? You did a turnaround in the corner?
In the corner.
Come on, Speedy.
Because I was trying to shake Marques.
I was trying to shake.
Man, he slapped my shit 40 feet to the bleachers. And that's why I feel I didn't make it to the league.
That one block shot.
Because had I made, I'd be in the league. Right now.
Your confidence would have been up if you'd hit that shot. Okay.
Thank you, Marques Johnson.
Joe Weekly Run, Shoot, and Dunk League.
Run, Shoot, and Dunk.
That's what made me the ball player that I turned out to be, just being around Joe Weekly at 15, 16 years old, Dinker Park,
Wow.
South Central
Nobody
LA.
at Tinker Park. Man,
Drive-bys.
Yeah.
bullets, Joe, get down, everybody, get down. Get on your stomach. Yeah, get on your stomach. Yeah.
You got to call in. My listeners, Foxxhole listener, I know you're out there. 855-369-9898. We got Marques Johnson, a legend.
Legend.
I got to say, too, that scene in White man can't jump.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's every park in LA. Because whatever dude got mad and left, you're like, he going to get a gun.
Yeah. But the dude wasn't always that big. But yeah. There's always a little dude.
And when you went, you shook your head, you went, you know what? I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of fun doing that.
That was hilarious, man. Tell people what you've been doing these days, and how's your sons doing, man?
Yeah, I mean, my sons are actually doing better than I'm doing.
Oh, wow.
My oldest son, Chris, is coaching my grandson, his son, in high school. He's working for a company that does basketball scouting software.
Cool.
My second son, Josiah, just sold a pilot to Comedy Central called Legends based on his experience sitting on the bench at UCLA, him and a couple of teammates. So he's doing well. Another son, Josh, is modeling all over Miami, New York, South America. Mariah, who was in Baldwin Hills.
Oh, okay.
The Baldwin Hills show on BET. He's he just finished his first year master's program down at Tuskegee.
Cool.
Occupational therapy. So he's doing great. And then I got a 14-year-old who everybody says is going to be the real deal, about 6'4". Okay. 8th grader who's doing well. So, I mean, kids doing well.
Well, you're his father. You're a scout, and you know the game. What do you feel, Bob?
Yeah, well, it's funny because, we're looking at schools now. There's one school in particular where the coach kind of really gets into the players. And he told me, it's like, look, I've been dealing with my dad for 14 years. This will be a piece of cake.
This hard on him?
Yeah, man.
Don't eat your cereal like that.
Yeah. My son, 9. And them games you just kind of throw away, but I'll be on the sideline.
Right.
Spin move. Do the spin.
Right.
Get off the
do what we worked on, man. Do what we worked on. Come on.
Spin, shoot, dunk on him.
Right. Go to your counter package. Go to your counter package.
Your counter package.
Go to the counter package, man. I'm way too hard.
Okay.
So I can't wait to turn him over to somebody else.
Hilarious.
Now, my boy, Mark, I think, and I know it's probably some other stuff.
He got robbed.
There's some other stuff going on. Mark's a good coach.
Yeah.
Great coach.
Good coach. And I felt kind of bad, especially for him and his family, and I've been knowing Mark for a minute, because he actually was waiting on that Clipper job. And he wanted that, and then they gave it to, what's his name?
Doc.
No, before Doc.
Oh, Vinny Del Negro.
When Vinny got it. He was supposed to get it then, and they gave it to Vinny.
Right.
So he's been waiting a minute, but I could see him either at the Knicks or the Lakers.
Yeah.
I can see that too, Speedy. Yeah.
What do you think, Marcus?
Well, you look at his record. Everybody always talks about bottom line, and over the last 3 years, especially the last 2, he's the third coach in Warrior history behind Al Allos and I think Don Nelson to win 50 games for the Warriors. So that in itself tells you that he's had a lot of success. And what I heard and what kind of came back to me even before all this went down, this is like going into the season last summer, there were some questions about him and how much of a disciplinarian he was with the players.
Okay.
People within the organization thought he may have been a little too easy on the guys and not enough, not demanding enough. So that was a red flag. When you hear that, it's like,
I play. I still play. You still play?
Yeah, a little bit. I got I got a 14. I got a half court.
Ball up. You wait for him to come back down?
Yeah. Like girls basketball back in Iowa, back in the 63 on 3.
I still play, and we used to play up at Calabasas. So when I would play on Mark's team, Mark, man, he just had that thing. He'd will you.
Right.
He like, Speed, you could do this. I'm like, okay.
Right.
I'm 40-something. Well, 50. But anyway, I could do this. I could D him up.
Okay.
He's 6'9", but you could just lean on him a little bit. I'm like, I got it, Mark. And he was that kind of dude. He could motivate you, and that's what he did. Because I told people, I said, I think they could beat the Clippers. Everybody's like, yeah, we want to play Golden State.
Yeah.
You just don't. You don't want to play it. But, I feel for my man. He's, like I said, a really good friend of mine. I'm hoping he either ends up at the Knicks or the
Lakers.
Well, funny story about Mark. I was coaching him, Lisa Leslie and I, in a charity game, a celebrity game, out at the Hacks, and Kristen Holden was he had put that on.
Big Chris.
He had put that on, and so Mark was on my team. I think Rick Fox was on the other team. Some other decent ball players, and we were up big in the first half by about 20, and so I sat Mark down for like the last 5 minutes of the first half. He got so mad. He just walked over took off his uniform, grabbed a uniform from the other team, and started playing.
I'm gonna play.
He started playing. Oh no, we coming back to beat y'all. You know, he started playing. I was like, Mark, what are you doing? He's like, no, man, I got to play. But I came here to play. I didn't come to sit. I came to play.
That's smart.
Like, my man.
We here in the studio with my man, Marques Johnson. 855-369-9898 is the number to call into. Who you got winning the championship, or at least getting to the finals?
Well, you know, in the East, until somebody tells me or shows me something different, I got to go with, the King. I worship at the altar of King James. me and my sons, we're all big. Just ever since we saw him play against Westchester High School when he was in high school out here at Pauley Pavilion and dropped about 48 or something crazy. And
that's when he had that weird jump shot.
Yeah, and the jumper wasn't even all that butter back then, but just the ability at that size and be able to push it with the left hand. That's what I looked at, how he was dribbling with his left hand through traffic and doing things. So until somebody proves something differently to me, I think Miami out of the East. The West is a little bit more difficult. I mean, you know, I called the Clippers, and this is before I knew I was coming on the show, the Django Unchained Clippers.
Hysterical.
Please tell us why.
Django Unchained, because now they've got that yoke off their back. They free. They're free. And they're out there playing without all that mess and stuff going on in their heads. And I think you saw that in the first game. I said that, and then I said in Oklahoma City, for them, the D was silent. You know. But that's a whole other story.
Hysterical.
Yeah, so
Marcus.
But the Clippers have an opportunity. But San Antonio, the West is wide open. Is what I'm saying. The West is just so wide, and I wouldn't even count out Portland, even though they may be in over their heads right now, just based on the experience of the Spurs. But this Clipper OKC series is going to be interesting. I mean, I just don't know. You know, they got him that first one, but KD and they can get Russell Westbrook to stop shooting the ball so much. And
is it really that?
Well, no. Well, anytime you got Russell Westbrook's taking more shots than Kevin Durant, I don't think that's.
But I don't think you can win if Russell's not. Engaged.
I think you need to start Jackson. I mean, that other guard.
Okay,
I think you can't.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. You put him in the lineup. Now he's good for 12 to 15. Now,
you start him alongside
of Westbrook, and so now that gives you a little bit more offensive firepower. Now Westbrook doesn't have to worry about trying to take up the slack. Cephalosha is not an offensive player, and so I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I mean, the Clippers, though, the way they're playing right now, and this wave that they're riding, and all the attention that's been thrown their way because of the Donald Sterling situation.
And speaking of that, you did play for the Clippers.
Yeah.
What was your experience?
Oh, you just jump right to it. No segue.
And let's take this for the position of when you got the phone call that you were going to the Clippers.
Well, when I got the phone call, I was happy. I was ecstatic. I mean, I was in Milwaukee. I'd been in Milwaukee 7 years dealing with those winners, even though we had a lot of success. Sidney Moncrief, Bob Lanier, almost billionaire.
Was Jack Sigmund
almost
on the
billionaire
team?
Junior Bridgman. No, but Jack wasn't there at that time. Jack was in Seattle.
Okay.
But so I was happy to be going home back to Los Angeles, and kind of an ominous warning. My coach Don Nelson, before I left, he's like, "Now look, MJ, it's not the Lakers. This is not Jerry Buss." What do you mean, Coach? Well, I mean, this guy Donald Sterling, he's got a reputation of doing things a little differently out there. So, you know, and so I came out to
He
LA.
will feed you though.
Yeah, well, yeah. But and again, the racist part, I didn't see a lot of that, but.
Now, when you say you didn't see a lot of it, you saw a little.
No, well, you know, and
tell us about the time in the parking lot. Just tell us about that.
Nothing blatant, no blatant racism, but the way he conducted his operation was second string, second fiddle, and our training camp facilities. We practice at the Wine Garden YMCA on Vermont and Century.
Hilarious.
I know exactly where. No, you didn't.
That was our practice facility. And look, I'm not knocking South. I'm from South Central, but this is our practice facility. So
wait a minute, that's the hood.
Yeah, that's Vermont Central.
Yeah,
but
sports arena.
But they had sports arena.
Yeah.
But even then, the court was about the regular court's 94 feet. That court was maybe 60 feet.
Wow.
And then the rim, 10 feet rim, supposedly the rims were like one rim was about 9, and that was the high rim.
And it had a chain on it.
That was the high rim. But the low rim was about 8.5. So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It wasn't so much the location. even though Jay Murphy, some of the white guys from back east, they were like,
I love it.
It's dangerous over there.
Right.
It's dangerous. No, just stay close. Just stay close. Just stay close.
Hey, Mark.
Hit your stomach.
Right.
Mark, let me talk to you for a second, dog.
Yeah. So so that was kind of. I had a teammate, Cornbread Maxwell.
Cornbread
came from the Celtics. Norm was there from the Lakers. Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes was there. But a couple of stories. Cedric Maxwell. He said that there was the ozone, there was a Twilight Zone, and there was a Clipper Zone. Hilarious. And the Clipper Zone was the craziest, weirdest place of all. And so that was it. That was his little story.
Where did you guys go that year? You came. What was your record?
We won 30 or 31, 30 games that year.
Okay.
Which, it's bad, but it's not terrible. The next year we won 31, so it was a little bit of improvement. Then I hurt my neck the third year.
How you injured your neck playing basketball?
Ran into Benoit Benjamin's stomach.
You bought a big coat change?
Last thing I remember seeing is double zeros.
Oh, Big Benoit.
Big Benoit. Benoit Benjamin ran into him. Ruptured a disc, and that ended my career.
I remember
pretty much.
that.
Yeah. And that year we won 12 games. We had five wins at the time I got hurt. They won 7 more the rest of the season. But Jabbar Wilkes played with us for about a month. We had a game on a Tuesday night. He didn't show up. Everybody's, where's Jabbar? He'd come over from the Lakers. They called him at home, and it's like, I'm not coming. I'm done.
Playing with you.
I'm just done.
You know, on 51st and Hoover.
Right. You got me over here on 6th. So it was just. So when I say that, I mean Donald. It was like he was slumlording with the basketball team, cutting every corner that he could, refusing to pay people. Filed a lawsuit against me over a contract issue.
Now that was big back then.
Yeah. All that stuff was going on. So it was a bad.
So you're not
experience.
surprised?
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, can I ask this question,
please?
When you came in the league versus the players of today in the league, what is the difference? I know the age is different, but when you came in, you just see like, man, this is a grown-ass man right here, and I got to try to get his position. And how is it different from then and the players now?
Well, that's a big difference there. I mean, I was 21. I was young for my age, played 4 years at UCLA, so that was pretty much the norm back in those days. You had a few guys that had went hardship and came out after their... Even then, you'd wait till your junior year. A few guys, sophomore year, very rarely did a guy come out after his freshman year like you're having today. I mean, guys today... that freshman year is just spent trying to showcase talent. Let me just make a pit stop.
And so you think they should stay one more year?
No, I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I just when you're 18 years old, you're old enough to go and die.
Right.
You're old enough to be a flop, and if you put your name in the draft and you don't get drafted, that's on you.
Right.
Kid Corleone Young did that a few years back.
I remember.
There's been a few guys that have done that, and you want to take that gamble. To me, that's on you. I just don't. For me, I don't think the league. The quality would be better. Yada yada yada.
Now, speaking of that, your son coming up.
Yeah.
You let him go one and done?
Well, listen,
if he's that nice.
Well, if he's that nice, then I mean,
go get the money.
People talk about Shabazz Muhammad and how, look at him. Well, he's guaranteed $10 million for the next 3 years. Or whatever it is in Minnesota. I mean, to me, if you're motivated to get your degree, you will go back and get. I went to school with guys who were in school 8 years and were 2 quarters short. 2 quarters short to get their degree. Right. So if you're a guy that's motivated to get your degree, you're gonna find a way to do it. Shaq, Vince Carter. Right. You can look at the long list of guys.
Shaq got a degree?
Yeah, online.
Where's my mouse? Turning my homework.
Marques Johnson,
barbecue chicken
of Holly Pavilion. Give us a story about your coach back then. Who I wish I could have went to. Man, I used to... This is what I used to do.
Okay, Speedy.
I used to walk through UCLA.
Let it out.
I wanted to go there so bad.
You wanted to be a bear?
I wanted to play for the Bruins. I wanted to play for UCLA, and they didn't come scout me. Okay. But it's cool,
They sent you a letter?
Yeah, don't come down here.
You show your behind around here one more time.
Can you give our listeners maybe something that the coach told you back in the day that stays with you now?
Don't steal no more parking passes. No. I made my amends to Coach for that one.
Okay.
But no. Coach Wooden was just a terrific obviously coach to play for, but people don't realize the humanity of him. Mm-hmm. And my funny story is that as a freshman, I'm in the pool hall in the student union shooting pool, and I'm not supposed to around lunchtime. He comes walking by, sees me, does a double take, comes into the pool hall, reaches out his hands for the pool cue. I'm looking like, okay, give it to him. He's got a toothpick in his mouth, blue sweater, powder blue sweater. He leans over the pool table and runs off about 5 or 6 balls in a row, shape and everything.
Wow.
Bam, bam. Hands me the pool cue back, walks out, doesn't say a word. Later on, he tells me like he shot a little pool in his youth back in Indiana. Yeah. But those are my Coach Wooden stories that I really appreciate. Wow. Never talked about winning or losing in pregame speeches. Always talked about doing the best you could. If you did that, then you could hold your head high. People don't believe that. Never was hung up on winning and losing or who we're going to play, scouting reports. We didn't get any of that. It was just make sure you're prepared, and if you are, go out and play hard. You know.
So he came to see you play it when you were at Crenshaw?
No, well, we played the championships at Pauley Pavilion in those years, and so that worked out well. He was able to see me play a couple of times in the semifinals against Jefferson, and then the final games against Jordan. So,
and was there another school you were looking at, or was it always going to be?
Well, you know, back in those days, you know, I was a little heavy. You know,
you had the big natural.
The big natural. People thought I was Wes Unseld like. You know,
or one of the Jacksons.
Or the Fat Jackson brother. You know, but so 6'5" center. So it wasn't like people were like, you know, knocking down the door to get me.
Okay.
All the big time schools. So Santa Barbara. Drake University, Washington, a lot of Pac-12 schools at that time. The Pac-12 wasn't what it was today, what it is today. But once UCLA came into the picture, then it was, it was a no-brainer. It was like, okay, that's it.
God.
Yeah.
Did you get Teeter? Because you went to Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Nothing happened?
Nah, I could tell my Crenshaw stories. So, when you're trying out for this team, it's an event. So first day of school, you know, everything is just getting to know and everything. So you have tryouts out on the court, outside. You don't get blessed to go into the gym. You got to earn it on the ground, on the concrete. So we earned it. Now we in the gym. So now you going into this holy cathedral of
Crenshaw.
All these flags everywhere. So now we getting our introduction to Coach Weeksley. Okay, you little bitches, y'all on the team now. Because, back then, they put your name up on the window in the gym.
Okay,
so you got to check the window and see if your name is on the... That's the slowest walk in history.
Yep.
But, you got that little confidence. I got to jump. I know I'm on the squad. I ain't tripping. So, you read the list, you see your name. You're like, cool, everybody celebrate. And then you see other guys read their name and they ain't up there. It's like, where my name at? Oh, you got to go see your counselor. You got to go get a class.
Right. You didn't make the cut, Pim.
Oh, so now we in practice or whatever. Good friend Courtney Abel, 6'8", in the post, trying to do all these fancy, elaborate moves and all that. Joe calls it practice. Hold the ball, you little bitches, hold the ball. What the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to lay the ball up. Motherfucker, put the ball on the square and put it in the hole. Motherfucker, you ain't Marques Johnson. Every day we heard that name. You ain't Marques Johnson.
Yeah.
Man, it's a great day.
Do you ever look back and go, I was pretty nice? Or you just, Marques, you was nice.
No, I do. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I had a great just playing for Willie West. Joe Weekly was his assistant, and Joe was this big, rotund, fat. But he died a few years back. But one of the just greatest motivators. Like I say, he's responsible for a lot of what I am today. A lot of what I turned into as a basketball player. But yeah, because we just had it. We didn't lose a game in 2 years, and it was just a great experience. I transferred from Dorsey. I went to Dorsey as a sophomore. They didn't have.
You played in the barnyard.
Yeah,
Dorsey.
Wow. The airplane hangar. I was over there. Yeah,
man, I played there, and I turned to you. I said, "My man, y'all can put no curtain up or something? I can't see the basket."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's how they win."
Right. And in those days, my father didn't know that my father and Willie West had worked together at John Muir Junior High School, so they'd known each other since the 60s, but he didn't realize, because it wasn't as big, it wasn't as publicized back then, so he didn't know Coach West had gotten the varsity job. He was B and C coaches, like Frosh and sophomore. And once he found out Coach West had got the job because Crenshaw won the city championship in '71, he's like, "You going to Crenshaw?" I was like, "But Daddy, I don't want to leave Dorsey. All my friends at Dorsey." "No, you going to Crenshaw."
Dorsey was a lot of Japanese then.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese. And then they had a coach, George Hamilton, who had decent success, but was nowhere near what Willie West was. Yeah, Dorsey was cool.
Yeah, Crenshaw, back in the day, if you're not from California, you're listening to the show, you're listening to Foxxhole Radio. We have Marques Johnson, back in the day. Milwaukee. Crenshaw was, my mother would threaten me. "I'm sending you to Crenshaw." "Okay, I'm going to get my grades together." Because I knew I wasn't going to make it.
Where'd you go?
Linux, but that's not the point. Okay. Don't act like you don't know what I said. It's in between Morningside and Inglewood, Linux, California.
Have I ever heard of a great ball player coming out of Linux?
Nah.
Usually there's one.
I think Burt Bacharach went there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Okay.
I was nice. I don't care what. I was point guard, 6 feet, could dunk both hands.
Sure.
Okay.
Dunk. I used to go to all the parks around the city.
Right.
You didn't want to see me. I played at
Rogers and Darby and all that.
About that.
ISIS.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
You had to know how to argue at Rogers.
Right.
You go to Rogers Park, you don't know how to argue you ain't gonna get no call.
Yeah.
See, that's what people don't understand. Back in those days, the gym was so packed. If you lose, you had to go home. You couldn't get back on the court unless you was a Marques Johnson.
Yeah.
Now, please tell some of the stories people probably don't know. The Magic would come to UCLA because that would be the place all the ball players would go.
It's summertime.
In summertime. But they said when Magic would call a foul, the phantom foul. and nobody would argue with Magic. It was like, Magic, nobody was by you.
Yeah.
Ball up, check.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I got that. Ball. I got that. Magic would call, literally, he may call 10, 12 foul on game point. You know, every time he goes, go ball. You got ball.
No.
And I remember one time Darren Day from UCLA.
Oh, I remember Darren Day.
You know, kind of challenged him on it, and Magic kind of punked him a little bit. What? You know, but I for some reason I always wound up on Magic's team.
Right.
I didn't, you know, I was cool.
Yeah.
Well, Marcus, we got a phone call out of Brooklyn. We got Mike on the phone. What's up, Mike? Talk to me. You got Marques Johnson in the house. You got anything to say to him?
No. Actually, I just have a quick question. I see your segment is about the NFL draft. And just wanted your opinion on my team. I want to know what you guys think the Detroit Lions will be capable of doing this season.
Nothing.
Detroit. I like Detroit. I really do like Detroit.
Great defense.
Great defense. I wish they would. I think they got rid of
who?
The running back.
Reggie Bush?
Did Reggie still there, or did they re-up on Reggie?
No, we got Reggie Bush. We got Drake Bell. They both there. We got the best wide receiver in the league.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Records. And on Monday night, to start off the season, we whooped it on your Giants.
Ooh, challenge there. Brooklyn, huh?
Detroit Lions, who went 7-9.
Right.
Y'all need a safety. You need a corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this. I like it was a couple games you guys should have won that you didn't win that would have put you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The Philly game, the refs screwed us in that game against Philly, and that was all the refs.
So now you're mad at the referees,
right?
But that's actually something else I wanted to ask y'all about. Your opinion.
Sure.
Do you believe that in any way that some of the games are set up by the referees?
Ooh. Hey, this is Foxxhole Radio. Thank you for the phone call. Yeah, me getting trouble with that one, Mike. What you trying to do? Thank you for the phone call, Mike. Do you think that? Because a lot of people think that about the NBA. That some of the games are rigged.
You had the referee Donaghy, Tim Donaghy, whatever his name is.
You get closer on that mic if you want.
Yeah, Tim Donaghy. I mean, you know, he got into some trouble, some big time trouble, and he claimed. So, I mean, you know, it's a tough call. I mean, there's been some times in games. Got to be honest. Back in the 80s.
I think, though, as a fan, you really reaching when you think the ref.
Okay, but let's take it right there. Like you say, in the 80s. So that's in your 7 years at Milwaukee.
Right.
So you had a lot of great playoff battles back then. So was it a lot for you at the end of the season? Like, okay, let's lose this game, let's win this game, and positioning yourself to face an opponent?
But in more tangibly, like I give you an example of the referees controlling the game. We were playing the Washington Bullets, and Elvin Hayes was their star. I was the big dog in Milwaukee. The referee called a foul on Elvin. Elvin cussed the referee out of blue streak. He gave him one tech. He kept cussing him. He kicked him out of the game. But in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, big game, playoff implications. Right. Within 2 minutes, I had 3 or 4 fouls in the first quarter. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So now I got to sit down for almost the second half. So it kind of even up the game. So call it what you want, but
checks and balances.
Checks. That's a good way.
Well,
that's
I
a
like
good
that,
approach.
Marques Johnson in the house. We're talking NBA, but apparently people don't care because they're calling in about the NFL draft.
Well, the draft is tomorrow.
Out of Compton.
What? CPT?
Q. What's up, Q? You must be in jail.
What's
Q,
up?
you there? Q?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Q. Oh, it's a girl. Hey, Q. What's up, babe?
What's up? I want to know, who do you think Johnny Manziel is going to get drafted on?
I think Johnny Manziel, I had my man in here earlier, and he thinks he's going to go to Jacksonville.
Yeah, they need a quarterback.
You think Jacksonville's going to take that pick? If not Jacksonville, then Cleveland. Put your money on Jacksonville, though.
Who's your team, Q?
Who's your team, Q?
My favorite team is the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh,
you knew
nice.
the whole name.
Are you a big Johnny Manziel fan? You love Johnny Manziel?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm a Johnny Manziel with abilities to run and throw the football.
Okay.
Throw and run the football.
Now, do you play football, Q?
Yeah.
You got skills? You nice?
Huh?
Are you nice? You got skills?
Yeah.
All right, Q. We're going to be looking for you in the NFL. What is it? 2030. We want to see you in the draft.
All right.
Get those good grades and don't listen to the Foxxhole. Thank you. We'll be cussing on here. Thank you, little Q.
Wow.
What the Raiders got with the 5th pick or something like that? I mean,
Raiders got the 5th pick.
I know they just picked up Matt Schwab or whatever his name is.
Matt Schwab from Houston.
But,
yeah.
I mean, if there was ever a Raider quarterback prototype,
Johnny Manziel.
Personality, brashness, off the field issues.
Play football?
No, never. The oldest son probably could have.
Chris was your oldest son.
Yeah.
He was nice when he was at UCLA. I think the problem he had was he was your son.
Yeah.
And the expectations was bananas.
Well,
that was like when Bill Walton's son. He was like, I'm not going to UCLA.
Well, Chris, by the time he was finished at UCLA, he was a 24th all-time leading scorer in UCLA history. I mean, he cracked the top 25. He's been since moved back down to about 30 or whatever, but that's a major accomplishment. So
did he get drafted?
No, he didn't get drafted. Went to a few free agent tryout camps and let his weight kind of balloon up his senior year, toward the latter part of his senior year, and didn't
so do
really.
You think your name and you being his dad,
what, helped hurt him?
It's the gift and the curse.
Yeah, I mean, but as we talk about all the time around the Johnson household, I mean, anywhere my son's at Tuskegee, he played ball down there for Leon Douglas, former NBA guy, and he felt that, there was some expectations and some pressure down in Tuskegee, Alabama. Yeah, you had to be nice, and the coaches would say, you ain't your dad. You ain't Marques Johnson. Who you think you are? He got it. He got it down there, in Alabama. So the point is, I mean, it's hard to get away from it if you choose to be a basketball player and you got the Johnson.
Here's my theory. Now you take
your theory.
It's my theory.
Okay,
gotta call her. She can hold on just 1 second. Here's my theory. I feel like the players are really, really good and they have kids. They only become mediocre. The players who are mediocre, their sons become great.
Right.
Like the Kobe's, Bean was, come on, man. He wasn't that.
He did dunk on Kareem, though.
Yes,
but he wasn't that nice.
Yeah, Curry.
You know what I'm saying?
Curry's son, yeah.
Curry was nice.
Del Curry, but not superstar, all-star.
Right. He had a liquid jumper. So
Michael Thompson's son, Klay Thompson.
And Michael Thompson, he was okay.
He was nice. He's a champion.
He got a ring. He got lucky and got traded to the Lakers. I don't really count.
Right.
But his son is liquid.
Yes,
he is. Woof, he's liquid. Now, on the phone, hopefully she wants to talk about basketball. We don't know. Out of Houston, we got Megan. How you doing, Megan?
She does not want to talk about basketball.
What do you want to talk about, baby?
I just wanted to tell you, from Houston, it is pronounced Matt Schaub, not Schwab.
That was Marques Johnson.
Matt Schaub. Bak Shalom.
Schaub. Thank you, Schaub.
Now, your team is the Houston
Texans.
That's the Texans, yeah.
And who do you got? Who do you want them to take?
Who do I want them to take?
Yeah.
From the draft? Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
Wait a minute, okay, you just heard Marques.
You want Nene from
You heard Marques mess the name up and you had to call in.
Well, I know. I just turned the radio on and I was like, are they talking about Matt Schaub?
Hilarious.
Well, I need to let them know.
Oh, I appreciate you correcting Marques Johnson. You correct me.
School teacher right here. Oh, the diction in that place.
Oh, my God.
I got to call in. What's the number? We appreciate you calling in, baby. You sound beautiful. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
855
Houston
369-9898. We're going to take a quick break. Come back.
Can I ask this question before we go on the break? Who was the strongest guy in the NBA when you played? Like Artis Gilmore or Moses Malone,
Yeah, probably Artis Gilmore. Yeah.
He ever just snatched the ball at your hand? Anybody ever just snatch it out there?
No, let me check that.
Okay.
Daryl Dawkins.
Oh, Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins.
But you didn't have to guard him. You small forward.
Well, yeah, but Don Nelson would go with these small lineups, and I wound up playing center, and I'd have to guard him, and we got into a tango for a ball, and he pulled my arm out of socket. I was out 2 weeks, and they asked him about it. He was like, he went for it, I went for it. I'm stronger than him. No brag, just fact.
Little girly boy.
Yeah, no brag, just fact.
Girl, that boy. In the house, Marques Johnson. Stick around. You ain't nothing else to do. You're pretty much here, right, Marques? Yeah. Cool. TDP, DJ Always. We'll be right back. It's Foxxhole Radio. It's the NBA, all NBA, and a little bit of NFL. So stay right there on the phone if you're on the line. Stay there.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
He'll do for the paper. Ain't no telling.
I don't know about these rappers nowadays. It's Foxxhole Radio. You're listening to your boy Speedy in the house, Teeter's in the house, and Mr. Marques Johnson,
legendary.
UCLA, Milwaukee Bucks, Clippers,
Crenshaw High, Pump.
Crenshaw High. Maybe you want to do Crenshaw first, then the Clippers. You do it that way. That makes it easier.
That's how it was. It was the Lakers, Crenshaw, then the Clippers. Yeah. That's how it ran down.
We got phone calls, apparently. People hopefully want to talk to you, Mr. Marques Johnson. We got Albert from Compton. Compton is in the house.
CPT.
What's up, Albert?
Yes, what's happening?
What's
Hey, what's going on, Marques?
Everything's good.
Hey, I got a question. I'm a huge UCLA fan, and I used to see you and Richard Washington play.
Wow.
And I'm trying to figure out what happened to Richard Washington, because he was one of my favorite players with you and Washington together at UCLA. And I think he was the first player to try to go hardship back then from UCLA. And it seemed like he got blackballed. I don't know why, kind of like fell off the map. And even when you look at UCLA basketball stories on TV, they never really mention him.
No, you're right. You're right. As a matter of fact, I submitted his name for the UCLA Hall of Fame. As a UCLA Hall of Famer, I can do that. So that, and I agree with you. Richard had some knee injuries early on in his career with Kansas City, and then wound up with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Played with me for a season and a half or so in Milwaukee. But he was one of the most talented big guys ever in college basketball. He was most outstanding player in the Final Four, 1975 as a sophomore when we won the championship. First team All-American as a junior. 6'10", 6'11", great outside shooter, but this story, a great artist. I mean, and he was the kind of guy, we were roommates in college, and so I would be in my bed sleeping, I'd hear a bunch of sawing and nailing and hammering going on, and I'd come outside, it'd be a beautiful couch. He stole some lumber from a lumber yard. He stole the pillows from a frat house, and 3 in the morning, Marques, check this out. I come out there just this beautiful couch he'd made.
Hey, Marques, sit on it. Let me see if it's I can sell it to Levitz.
But how long was you sleep?
Yeah. But one time, but I remember this one time I was going to work out at UCLA. Just to give you an idea, this kind of capsulizes Richard's whole approach. And I was going to work out, and he would never go work out, never go run the track, never go run the beach. I'm like, dude, man, come on, it's off season, man. You got to run. You got to get in shape. He's like, look, man, you play basketball because you love it. I played basketball because I was tall and I had to. Now leave me alone.
Right. Wow.
I was like, okay.
So that's what he's doing. He's
now
making
get off my
furniture
couch.
right
Yeah, he's got
a Home Depot.
He's in Portland, where he's from. He's got a carpentry company that does all that kind of fix it, do yourself stuff. So yeah,
that makes sense.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
Yeah, I mean, the last time I talked to him a few months ago. Every once in a while we'll cross paths. I kind of follow his daughters and stuff on Facebook. They've got kids. He's got grandkids, and he's living, just living life up in Portland. He's just kind of retired and doing his thing up there. So he's living good.
Great phone call, man. Appreciate that, man. Somebody in Philly, my man Bryson, want to ask you a question there. Bryson, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Marques is right.
All right.
Good, Bryson.
I wanted to know, out of all your years in the NBA, and I'm sure you might rank yourself as the best of all time, but out of the 50 top greatest, where does LeBron rank to you if you're retired now?
Wow. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, he would, where would he rank right now if he retired? He definitely would crack, for me, the top 10 for sure. I mean, maybe top 5 or 6 guys. I mean, for me, Wilt and Magic and Kareem.
Right.
Michael, that's what, 4. Oscar. I mean, it's a lot of guys, but because of he's won the back-to-back championships, that was always the question. Could he win it? He won it. And yeah, to me, he's one of the greatest players of all time. At least in the top 10. I got to give him that.
Appreciate the phone call. We got a guest on the phone. Played at Phoenix. Was nice when Phoenix went to the playoffs. He was there.
T-Fly?
T. Thomas is on the phone. Tim Thomas, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, family?
What's up, man? You supposed to be here, but it's all good. Tim, when you was at Phoenix, I teach you about this all the time. Y'all was nice, man. Then you went and got that money from was it Knicks, all right? You went and got the money from the Knicks.
No, I signed with the Clippers out there.
Yeah, I was trying to help you. I didn't want you to go that road, but okay, you're there now. What are you doing these days, Tim?
What's that?
What are you doing these days, man?
Oh, I'm just enjoying life, man. I'm 3 years removed, from the league, so I'm just trying to catch up with the family, enjoying life.
Wow.
Hey, man, this is Marques Johnson. Tim, you had a AAU team, the Tim Thomas Players, right?
Correct.
Can you tell us some of the players that have come through, some of the name players that have come through your program?
Oh, we had numerous players. We got J.R. Smith, Joe Henderson. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, I mean, y'all were nice. I used to see you when you come to L.A. I see you when that team came to L.A., and they were nice. I saw J.R. Smith when he was in high school.
We're 18 years in as a program, and I also have a girls AAU program called the New Jersey Sparks.
Okay.
And we're 16 years in.
Wow,
so,
that's great.
I've been giving back to the community.
In a big way.
Trying to do my part. Yes.
In a big way, brother. And
I'm going to ask both of you guys this. I have a son, 9. I think he going to work at Taco Bell. But I'm saying at some point,
are my beans ready?
that breakfast tacos looking
they trying to get him up to $22 an hour. I might be a Burger King. But look here, Tim and Marcus, do a kid have to go through those kind of programs in order to really be considered, or you might go somewhere to be in those kind of traveling teams?
To me, I mean, it depends on how nice you are. Now, if you want a scholarship, if you are a marginal player that wants to be seen and get a scholarship to someplace lower D1, D2, it's probably to your advantage to do so. But if you're just really a great basketball player, they'll find you, whether it's high school. But the way it's structured now, Let me check that. The way it's structured now, the times, the live periods when the college coaches can really check you out is always in the summertime, spring leagues, spring tournaments, and all that stuff. So it's in your best interest to play for a traveling team if you want to be seen and be seen and kind of looked at when you're early on in the process.
And what do you think, Tim?
That's definitely you hit it right on the head. I mean, nowadays, like you said, with the college coaches being able to see you is in the summertime. So a lot of kids nowadays are looking at AAU programs similar to where they would say it's kind of bigger than high school basketball. If you take the example of the Wiggins kid, he went to college this year, and he had $122 million on the table with Adidas, and that was through his AAU circuit and him going playing in different tournaments and stuff, and showcasing his talent. So it all depends, but I definitely agree, and I tell kids all the time, if you have the talent, the scouts will find you, and that's wherever you're playing.
Okay. You hear that, Speedy? If you have the talent, they will find you.
If they don't find you,
you don't have the
talent. Hey, Tim, tell everybody how they can reach you, man. If you got anything going on, let us know, please.
My Instagram is Thomas Compound. What I have going on right now, you can Google www.thepnba.org. It's a summer league I started a year ago in my hometown. We're trying to put the message out there to these young kids to put the guns down. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, you might see me floating around L.A.
Yeah, I know. You was on
with the family.
Yeah, can I say this? T-Fly, you go come play softball. We need a first baseman.
Uh-oh.
He could play softball. He could hit the hell
out of the ball. Well, our team was when I played with you guys, we was called the Black Yankees.
Right.
Meaning we had all the talent in the world, but couldn't find a way to win.
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. I was Fox. It wasn't me. That was Jamie. It wasn't me, man.
But the problem was there's so many personalities and so many comedians that I don't think we really focused in on the actual game. Everybody was taking it more of on the individual route. But yeah, I'm here, man. I love to get out and be around the fellas and play softball, kind of keep in shape a little bit.
All right, we balling tomorrow at Calabasas. You there?
I'm there. I missed Tuesday. I have run around to do it with my daughter, but I'm there tomorrow.
All right, done deal. Tim Thomas on the phone. Appreciate it, Tim. All right, we got to get this phone call.
Mr. Johnson.
All right, Tim. All right, yeah, keep doing what you've been doing too, man.
Somebody got a great question for you out of New Hampshire. My man Chris on the phone. You got Marques Johnson, the legend, in the house.
Marcus, so nice to talk to you. I can't believe they're not calling left and right with you on here. They're asking you about football and all this other stuff.
I know.
Yeah, they got a living legend right here on the radio. So I had a few questions for you. First of all, that last segment right there was fantastic.
Thank you.
I got a few things. You played with, you're one of the greatest. You played with Magic. You played with Bird. Bernard King. Dr. J. Really, you've seen every end and every spectrum, and I think there's more parity. Before there just used to be so many superstars. The way you guys were. My question is, I want to know who the most overrated and underrated were. I got multiple questions,
no, go ahead.
I'm excited to talk to you, so I'll lay them out there, and then I'd like to hear your answers. I want to know how big steroids play in the game of basketball now. And it's not talked about in the NBA, but listen, you can only eat so many, steak and potatoes, and you see the size of these guys now.
It's the fast food. Okay, so we get to the first one. Who was the most overrated? Come on, they ain't here. They don't listen to the show.
Overrated.
Was Bird overrated?
No way.
You saw that on TV?
No.
White guy from New Hampshire asking the question. Listen, I've heard Isaiah run his mouth his whole life. I just wonder.
I will say this. I will say this about Larry Bird, and I'm maybe one of the only ones that would ever say this, but I didn't think he deserved to be on the all defensive teams that he made back in the day. And he had great steals, but he was, we played Boston. Kevin McHale would guard me. He would guard Mickey Johnson.
Of course.
So as a small forward, but he did play great team D, but it wasn't this lockdown defensive player. So in that respect, but in terms of everything else, one of the greatest of all time and just a fierce competitor. Underrated. He had some great play. Purvis Short, I could throw a name out there like that. Who would give you 35, 40. I don't know if he made an all-star team in the 12 or 13 years that he played because of the talent in the league at that time. See, when I played, I'm a small forward up until the time James Worthy came in the league. Then I had to move to the two guard because he was 6'9". He was too much. He was too much for me to handle at 6'6". But so one night I'm going against Bird. Then the next night against Dr. J. Then Bernard King. Then Dominique Wilkins. Off night maybe Larry Nance at 6'10". As
off night.
On an off night.
Yeah, right. That's
on an off night. So back in those days, every night at that small Walter Davis. You throw out some of these names. Yeah.
How about the Iceman? I saw the Iceman tune up the Celtics multiple times, and it seemed like he had 10, 12 points. You look down, and he's got 44 on the board in the third quarter.
Yeah, and one of the greatest. And George broke scoring down to a science. He told me one time, look, young fella, you got to get you about 12, 14 in that first half. Get you about 6 or 7 in the second half. Now you got to 18 to 20 at halftime. Now third quarter, get you to about 10. Now you got your 30. Now everything else after that is cherry on top. That's how you get your 30, and then everything after that. That's what he would do. But he was so smooth and he was a big 6'7", 6'8". He was long. Ice was long and
he's great.
Tremendous person and player. One of my best and dearest friends through the years.
And then we'll get this in. Do you think there's steroids in the NBA?
Well, I think
there's obviously steroids. Come on.
Well, Nick Kalathis, I think, was suspended for something. There's been a couple of guys. I don't know, man. I know these guys are into this creatine and all this stuff. My son Chris was into it. They take a lot of supplements. Now, whether it crosses the line into steroids, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know.
It could be anything. I just wondered what your intake was. I know, but just nobody seems to talk about it.
Right.
Some of these guys now, the way they're running every day and to hold the weight at 260, 270.
You just don't believe somebody could be.
Impressive.
Yeah, but understand, it's a year-round training deal
question.
now. It just we were just started when I played. I was the first guy to have my own personal trainer back in the 80s.
What?
I actually started at UCLA. A partner of mine who worked with Kareem on skill development, Malik Mansour. But, he's the guy that told me, going into my senior year, they brought the dunk back, and they just started the Wooden Award. It's like, yeah, man, you want to win the Wooden Award, you got to dunk everything.
Wow.
Dunk everything. How they do the voice again?
Yeah, he's from Neptune, New Jersey. Yeah, yo, man. If you want to win that award, you got to dunk everything. And so Louisville Cardinals, Darrell Griffin and that crew, they had 60 dunks as a team. I had 63 as an individual my senior year. And Coach Wooden hated the dunk, but I had to win the award. So that's right. Yeah, it's all good. Sorry, Coach.
Thank you for the phone. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about Griffith, too. Was he he just seemed devastating, but we didn't see enough of him up here in the Northeast to see, but he seemed devastating.
Yeah, no, he was nice.
Was he that good?
He was nice. 43, 44-inch vert, developed into a great jump shooter by the time he got to about his 5th or 6th year in the league, and just a great scorer, consummate scorer.
All right, stay on. Thank you, Chris. You did it all. We're going to take a quick break, come right back. Marques Johnson in the house.
Legendary.
Legend. They finally catching on to who you are. It's late as hell in the show. It's the Foxxhole Radio. We'll be right back right after this. Yeah. What? Yeah, way to go, always. Sorry about that, Marcus. It's Foxxhole Radio. NBA. We have a legend in the house. People are finally recognizing. Marques Johnson in the house. Tell the people what you got going on, man, and that your son is good. But
one thing I wanted to definitely plug organization I'm on the board of called Free and One. And it's a Christian-based alcohol and drug recovery program. We're having a big fundraiser breakfast Saturday, May 31st. Devon Franklin, Lou Gossett, they're going to be the speakers. Devon Franklin, Columbia Pictures.
Lou Gossett Jr.?
Yeah, Lou Gossett Jr., but Devon Franklin is the highest ranking studio executive, African-American in Hollywood.
Sweet.
And a major speaker. And the number, if you want tickets, 323-855-4695. So just
do it
wanted to
again,
plug
just
that.
in case somebody's
Yeah, say the name and everything.
323-855-4695. Free and One. Christian-based drug and alcohol recovery program. It's a great event. I was our first one was last year. We sold it out, had a great time, and good food. It's a breakfast. Come on out and enjoy.
No drinks, though. Just good
food.
No mimosa.
I didn't know you was gonna plug that. He come in and ain't up telling that bitch. I apologize.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good.
You gotta know what's going on.
Marcus gave me that song.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me.
That's his cue.
That's his iPod.
Exactly. No, it's all good.
Now, one of our callers dropped. We're going to try to get this in right quick. And he had on here, he was wondering about...
Salaries. Yeah.
Do you I wish I was...
Man, you know it. I mean, and I swore I'd never be one of those dudes. I rode home from an All-Star game. Oscar Robertson was sitting next to me, former player, and he was just talking about these guys making $300,000-$400,000 a year. That's just crazy. These average players. And now, the average salary in the NBA is $5 million. I know when it went when it went up to like $2 million, I'm thinking can't go no farther than this. Can't go no higher than this. And now the average is $5-6 million a year. So yeah,
that's the dude not playing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the dude way
Okay, here's my question.
That's average.
Halftime in the 80s versus halftime
in the locker room
in 2014. Now, back in the 80s, did you have to go move your car or something at halftime?
No. But as we were shared off the air, I mean, but a lot of teammates smoke cigarettes. Okay. So you might have a bobbler near,
What I'm trying to tell you, Marcus.
Yeah, Coach. Now, do I want to switch on that down screen, or how you want me to? And the coach
with a cigarette in his hand.
Don Nelson is smoking.
Right.
I might take a drag or two before we go out there. Let me hit that, man.
Right.
All right. I'm good. All right, let's go. So I mean, it was a different era.
And the commentator's like, I don't know why he's so tired.
Yeah. But you look at old footage of Bill Russell after they won a championship. He's smoking a cigarette during an interview.
Right.
It was all right, we're going to get this one. We got a little one last call. We're going to want to get in. Out of Virginia, we got Chris on the phone. Chris, you talking to Marques Johnson. What you got to say?
Hey, Marcus, this is Chris from Chesapeake. Is this the same Marques Johnson that said, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my other gun.
This ain't me. This ain't me. Let me say it like that.
Hey, white man can't jump. Hey, I was just wondering, I've seen other athletes get kind of bitten by the acting bug. Did you ever think about, pushing harder as far as trying to get more parts in movies and.
Yeah, man. I just finished up a picture, a film with Mark Wahlberg called The Gambler. And they had a nice little part in that, and so yeah, I mean, I still do a little stuff. I still get out there and do a little stuff.
Well, that was the greatest role ever. Cause
now, how did you get the call for that role in White Man Kids? How did that go?
I worked with a bunch of guys who we shot a student film for this guy, and so he turned us on to Ron Shelton, who wrote and directed White Men Can't Jump, and he brought me in to audition for it, and I bought in a real razor. My father was a barber, so I bought in a real straight razor. When I pulled that out, they were like, oh, "That was great," but next time, just let the prop people handle it.
You're not in the union.
We don't want nobody to get cut around here, So
white people, they're probably like, and scene.
Get this fool out of here, right? Exactly.
Security.
Hey, the African American has a razor.
Exactly.
But anybody who live in inner city, I'm not just gonna say L.A.
Right.
You've seen that dude on the court who got mad and said, "I'll be right back."
Yeah.
Now, if you stayed. If it happened to you,
if you stay, you stay.
You stay. Literally. Yeah. Now you do Twitter? Anything you want to tell the people?
Yeah, Twitter, old school, OLSKOOL 888. That's my. I don't know why.
Oh, you got a cigarette when you came up with that name.
Yeah, I don't know what. My son is like, Dad, you should have did something with your name in it. Like that was hard. I don't know. So,
it was going already.
Yeah. That's that. So.
Mr. Three Knocks Baby on Twitter. That's where I'll be.
And it's Speedy. Speedy is funny. Speedy IZ funny on Twitter. Everything else. Thank you so very. I just want to thank Marcus for taking the time.
Are you emotional?
Right. I'm very emotional right now. Get my Kevin Durant on. Thank you, brother, for coming. Most people wouldn't call me back. I called a lot of people. I called Magic.
Yeah.
I called
Speedy, think about
J.
it. Think about it as you just said. The guy who blocked your shot that stopped you from going to the NBA is in the building with you right now.
All right.
How good is your life?
It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
But Speedy, do me a favor. I got a script. You got to get to Jamie Foxx. It's perfect for him. I'm gonna hand it to you after we done.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I'm serious.
Is it written on a napkin?
That's why I'm here. You got to pass it on, brother. Come on,
I will definitely do that. Fox,
and DJ always in your ear on Twitter.
And I want to make sure I get this out. Spider-Man 2 was the #1 movie in the country. Let's make it #1 again this weekend. Go check it out.
I'm going to
Fox
see it again.
is in it. We out. Foxxhole Radio, baby. Peace.
1.